My name is David Phipps. I play keyboards. My main controller is the Korg SV1. It's triggering piano tech for most of my piano sounds. Above that, I have a Prophet 6. That's driving a couple more VSTs, Trillium VSTs. All the VSTs are hosted in Mainstage. There's a WALDORF BLOFELD, also tied to the Prophet 6. Then on the left side, I have an MS-2000 and a Super Synthesis Super 37. That's a boutique keyboard that I actually built. On the right side is a Yamaha CS50, my only real vintage piece.
I'm Alana Rockland. I play the bass for STS9. I have a really cool rig. It's actually one of a kind. So I have a LAKLAND 5594. I took that bass and I modified it with a new system called Fret Tracks that puts MIDI triggers in the frets. And so each fret has a MIDI trigger in it. Basically, I have two things going on. I have my regular bass sound that I use and a pedal board, with all kinds of pedals in it, but then I also have a synthesizer that I'm triggering with the bass. And so sometimes I'll just have just the regular bass sound. Sometimes I'll have the synth on top of that. I have a volume pedal that brings the synth in and out. Sometimes I can have it half in there. Sometimes I can just have it all the way down. And so I'll use pedals to accentuate sometimes even the synth, to sort of mask the bass tone a little bit, so you might not even hear that at times.
I'm Zach, and I play drums in STS9. I think I've narrowed it down back to more acoustic. I've done it all. I've had triggers all over the drums, and now I just have a DTX, which is just all my electronic stuff, and I'm trying to incorporate all acoustic to make the electronic sounds. We all do it together to a level, but I create a lot of samples myself and put them into the DTX. So all of them are our stuff. They're not just stock stuff. So we manage tempo in a couple different ways. We're running click tracks, and then I'm kind of tempo reffing myself I have a particular readout where it's not sending me a tempo, I'm sending its tempo. You know what I mean? So whatever I'm playing, it's clocking and I can fluctuate and know where I'm at. So it's a pretty cool tool.
In the Super 37, there's a Moog Mother 32, which is a full voice synth with a sequencer. That's being clocked by Hunter's rig. So when he presses go, the modular rig starts going. And that clock is passed to a circadian rhythms, a tip-top drum sequencer, trigger sequencer. And that's just firing off a bunch of other stuff. The whole show is in one file that Hunter runs. He's not opening a different Ableton session for each song. And the Maximus P allows him to jump around and change tempos and song positions.
We have an interesting way of approaching that because we have sections of our songs that are composed and have specific sections and parts. And then it might go into a place that's completely improvised.
We write the sets before the show, or well before the show, because there's a lot of preparation to get everything in order and built in that master file. We'll look at the set and say, wow, the first set, every song's on sequence. So we should break that up. For example, a song, Get Loud, or a sequence song that we've been adding modular jams to the end. There's still a click going because everything's being clocked by it. What we're playing is not determined.
We pride ourselves in having songs where you're not really sure, is this part of a sequence? Is it completely off the cuff? Do they know, are we making it up at the time? And so that's part of it, is that it's supposed to sound composed even when we're improvising.